My name is John, and what gets me cooking is a meal with a story, tradition, culture behind it. With St. Patty's Day coming up this week, a meal that stirs that up in me is ham and cabbage. What you'll need for this meal is ham, cabbage, potatoes, and a little bit of sauce for the chef. That's good sauce. Now, the ham that you want to get still has the bone inside of it, preferably already cooked when you pick it up from the grocery store, but we're going to cut away all the meat where we're just getting pretty much just the bone with a little bit of meat still on it. We're going to put that in about 2 to 3 inches of water in a pretty decent sized pot and let that simmer for about an hour. That's going to give you that good stock that we're going to cook the rest of this meal in. Now, as I'm cutting into this and getting down to the bone, I can see yourself probably asking, but John, isn't corned beef and cabbage the Irish traditional meal? Well, there's some truth to that, but corned beef is really more of an American Irish tradition. Back in Ireland, beef was too expensive for most peasants. If a family could afford beef, it was in the shape of a cow, and they kept that cow alive as long as possible for the dairy purposes. Ham, pigs, on the other hand, were a more readily available livestock and were cheaper and expendable. So, and every now and again, don't forget about your sauce. You know, you don't want to leave out your sauce. There, so, that's a good year. That's a really good year. Okay, there you have it. I'm down to the bone of the ham. I'm going to now put this in about 2 to 3 inches of water in a large enough pan and let it simmer for an hour. Okay, now that we have this simmering, I'm going to go ahead and cut up the rest of this meat, put it in the fridge because we do have an hour to wait, so we don't want to leave this kind of stuff hanging out. Then I'm going to wash the cabbage, clean the potatoes, and have a little bit more of that chef sauce. That is a fantastic combination of whatever that is. Okay, so I've cleaned the potatoes and I've cleaned the cabbage. The pot is still simmering, but I'm going to go ahead and cut these up so that they're ready when the pot is. Now, with the potatoes, you want to cut them to about a quarter size. Now remember, the smaller you cut these, the faster that they're going to cook. Now that we have the potatoes cut, we're going to move into the cabbage. You're going to cut the cabbage once in half, then lay flat, and then just do diagonal cuts to create your wedges. Simple as that. Have a little bit more of that replenishing chef sauce. It's almost as amazing as the 8-story Macy's over there on O'Farrell here in San Francisco. It does a body good. Our potatoes are cut. Cabbage is cut. We are just right about at that magic mark of an hour on the simmer, so let's take a peek and see how we're looking. Oh, Danny boy, the pipes are calling from glen to glen. That looks really good. It smells good too, which is a key sign. Alright, we are ready to go ahead and put the potatoes in. What we're going to do here is we're going to put the potatoes in and let that then cook for about another half an hour until the potatoes are soft. Now you want to be careful when you're adding the potatoes because you don't want to splatter and burn yourself. We are waiting on the potatoes to soften up just a little bit more. But, you know, like I said, I live here in San Francisco. So to the winning contestant, if you're in my neighborhood, definitely give me a call. We can go hang out at the Macy's over there on O'Farrell. Like I said, that's 8 stories. 8 stories. We can play hide and go seek there. You know, I might hide out in the kitchen section. Shh. I'm playing hide and go seek. Don't tell anyone. Or call the cops. Okay, our potatoes are just about done, so we're going to go ahead and add in the ham, and then we're going to put a layer of cabbage on the top. The importance here is to get that cabbage nice and soft, so that should take about half an hour to 45 minutes. Alright, we've mixed in the ham, so now we're going to put a nice layer of cabbage just right across the top. Get it to soak in there a little bit, but really we're just looking for a nice little layer. And there we have it. We have our layer of broth, layer of potatoes, layer of ham, and a topping of cabbage. We're going to put the lid on that, let that sit for about half an hour to 45 minutes, and then you'll have a traditional Irish St. Patrick's Day meal. From my San Francisco kitchen to yours, Macy's keeps it cooking.